Welcome back, guys, and thank you for tuning in to another episode of Sundays with the Boys.
Don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe. We're available on all of your major streaming platforms. You name it, we on it.
And please, if you can, go ahead and make a small donation to our GoFundMe page, Sundays with the Boys. That way we can work on getting an intro for you guys and making this experience better for you all.
Once again, thanks for tuning in and hope you guys enjoyed the show.
All right, episode 23 of Sundays with the Boys. It's your favorite Tampa Bay radio show about nothing. We got Teddy, we've got Lucas.
Are we not allowed to introduce ourselves anymore?
When do you ever introduce yourself?
Pretty much every time that I'm on the podcast, except for the last one where you yelled that I was a horny manatee.
By the way, Chauncey's here with us too, guys. Go ahead and say hi, Chauncey.
I can say I didn't know if you were introducing us because it seemed like that's how you started off, so I didn't know if you were continuing.
I mean, I was going to, but Lucas started, saying something about the horny manatee thing, which apparently he thought was a weight joke this entire time, and I had to explain, no, it's because you only fuck in bodies of water.
But I haven't done that in a long time.
It's a weight joke.
Manatees are robust creatures, and it wouldn't be the first time.
Fucking bodies of water. Bro.
Yeah, not frequently. Like, I haven't done it in a while. I do
Why
know.
do you sound so far away from your mic, Chauncey?
Phone is literally like, if you could see me right now, it's like laying on my face.
Do better.
I can't tell, Teddy. You need to do better. Check that attitude when you wake up in the morning.
You need to check your attitude literally anytime. At all times.
Starching your knickers this morning, but Jesus.
Fucking you did. You.
See, I was like...
Jesus Christ.
Internet's not even connected. You're not fine, obviously.
Well, no, just because it wasn't live.
Yeah, it's because it wasn't live. Yeah. Face ass.
Yeah. If he knew that, you know what I'm saying? He didn't want me to talk though. He was like, I'm like, okay, so I guess you got it then. So
Were you saying anything relevant? Were you saying anything to help the situation? Were you?
I was
You weren't.
Is this
you shut me up.
is this
You
part
were
gonna go
trying
on the
to-
podcast?
Yeah, we're fucking live, so why not?
I mean, like,
Do you want us to start over?
I feel like we should. I feel like
Mr. I'm afraid of confrontation over here.
I'm the least afraid of confrontation out of our entire group of friends.
Apparently not.
I'm about to confront my hand upside your head. Both of you.
I didn't have a headset, so I'm really just using my speaker phone. But I don't see why it has a problem. That still sounds like I'm far away though.
No, this
No,
sounds
no,
perfect.
now it sounds
This sounds
fine.
perfect. Like, I just what I think it was is that you don't have a headset. That'd probably be the best bet.
That's probably I don't know. And then it's probably like based off of like internet connection or some bullshit too. So
You mean tell me St. Joe's don't got great internet?
no,
Absolutely not.
I was being facetious, guys.
they fucking don't.
How that? So that you have to be level 40 to do it?
I think so. From what I was reading,
I don't think so.
it was telling me that I needed to be level 40, but then Vic was telling me otherwise. I don't know. I was like, I don't know. He was telling me basically the same thing that you were telling me. So
What are
I
y'all
was
talking
like,
about?
maybe-
Pokemon Go.
All right, there we go. Now we got people on here who don't know what y'all are talking about.
Do we really have people on here?
At the moment, we don't.
No, but people are still going to listen to the fucking episode, guys. Jesus Christ! Always think you have an audience.
Once we finish our statement, we can go back and say we're talking about Pokemon Go. Like, dang, we can't even finish our statement.
But
Y'all started going into 4 or 5 sentences, man.
well,
Fuck.
it's from what I know, because I've been doing this for a little bit with the trying to do the raids. Like, I've been raiding with people like level 36, 37. So it's like that's why like I don't think it's level 40.
Probably, yeah. For all of you all who don't know what we're talking about raiding, we're talking about Pokemon Go.
This
Some
weekend-
of us still play Pokemon Go.
This weekend's Pokemon
And
Go
we're
Fest.
to how you can remotely raid with people on Pokemon Go. There we go, Teddy. All right.
Yeah, I think they got that now after I had already asked, what the fuck are y'all talking about?
We were gonna get there though.
You weren't.
I feel like we would have.
Would have been too long.
I feel like
No, like you know what I'm saying. He's just making an assumption. He doesn't even know.
you don't play Pokemon with us, man.
No, I don't. because whenever Pokemon Go first came out, my phone couldn't handle it. My battery would die after like 20 minutes.
Mine, I had like the worst experience with Pokemon Go for the longest time. It's a lot better now though. Like they've improved it.
Now I'm not starting back up at level fucking 12.
You can't do a damn thing.
Exactly.
But so yeah, how's everybody's week?
It was fine, you know. Lucas and Chauncey, what'd you guys think about the Loki finale?
Lackluster.
Hold on a second. Jesus. Man, that hurt. Sorry. It was something in my fucking eye. Oh my god.
Was it the sight?
I was excited about the Loki finale until I watched the Loki finale.
Same.
Like I was super pumped, super excited, super ecstatic about what they were gonna do. And then the episode finished and I wasn't. Like, I thought it was going to be a more direct reference to, like, a more direct, this is Kang shit. Like, I didn't think it was going to be like, oh, well. Like, remember, they amalgamated. They did the amalgam. I didn't like that. I don't. He who remained.
Not Kang, so.
But you know who he is.
Right.
Like, that's what I'm like. I don't think that this was something that they should have alluded to. It would have been a lot better if they were directly stating, this is who it is, this is what's going on. Like, that's what I was waiting for. That's kind of what I was excited about.
But he is a Kang. So like at the end of the day, like
a Nathaniel Richards.
Nah.
The fact that they didn't even go as far as to give him that name, like the cop out, like, oh, I have many names, and then I'm he who remains, who is a completely different Marvel character as it is. I didn't like that. That's what I'm saying. Like, there's other ways that they could have did this without trying to be cheeky about it. It felt like they were just trying to be cheeky.
Yeah, but if you take
a couple other Marvel characters though,
huh?
Didn't they do that with a couple other Marvel characters?
But that's what I'm saying. With the expectation I've had for it and how they were doing this, like, it was like Loki has been a roller coaster. The first couple episodes, The middle two episodes were probably the best, and the last episode was kind of ass, in my opinion. Like compared to what I wanted it to be and what happened, and like how, like, granted, I know there's a season 2 coming, but still, it's like give me a reason to want to watch it. I didn't get that from that.
I see what you're saying.
Well, so about fucking, you know, it being an amalgam character combined with, you know, He Who Remains, you got to take into consideration that they're never going to put He Who Remains in an actual, like, standalone movie or show or anything like that. So they're going to have to use that name in some way or some fashion, and that's what they were doing.
The problem, yeah.
Marvel universe, like, even to this day.
The problem is with the fact that they did that, then you have all the dumbasses who are now arguing they should have just called him the one above all. They should have did that. It's like,
well, yeah, you're gonna have dumbasses either way.
But
though,
it's like the He Who Remains. Like, Kang has enough different iterations that you could have given him a different name that actually applied to him. Like, you didn't have to give him a name of a different character. Like, the He Who Remains character is so insignificant, you didn't have to do that at all.
That's true.
Like, that's what I'm saying. It felt like a cop out. Like, it felt like there's, like, for him not to say it at any point, this is what my name is. Like, I have a name. This is my name. He didn't do that at all. And the version that we got of him was kind of a dickhead. It's like, who? It's like, you like trying to make the Wizard of Oz. That's what I got from him.
Yeah, I just thought he was cheap. I didn't like the way that he acted. But I'm happy that it's like, you know, there's going to be different versions of him. And I'm hoping that, you know, Kang the Conqueror is definitely going to be a lot more serious, a lot more stoic than this goofy Kang version that we got.
Like a different person. So I assume he's going to be like almost like a split. Well, not like a split, but like how James McAvoy like played those different roles. I feel like he's just going to be like
yeah, and I feel like also with them having like an untold amount of different variants that they can use, they could really kill Kang in, you know, one episode or like one show, and then kill another Kang or face off against another Kang later on in a different thing, and then a different Kang and a different Kang, and over over again. So I don't know. There will probably be a better way for them to actually set it up and everything like that. But this is also just the first time we're seeing them. And
I enjoyed it, actually. I thought the episode was good.
I do like the way that it ended. I'm excited to see how they continue on with that. And I think also with, we know that season 2 that there's going to be another Loki coming out, and they have a chance of them building off of it and building up the hype for it for, prior to it actually coming out again.
I was talking to Vic about it, and he was saying, go ahead.
What'd you say, Chauncey?
That wasn't even supposed to be how that episode ended off. They pulled almost like, how in WandaVision, like they were supposed to have that whole scene with Doctor Strange for that commercial for the doctor or whatever. Basically, you're almost doing the whole same thing with Kang or that version of Kang and Loki as well. That wasn't supposed to be there. That was just a scene that they decided to go ahead and use. Actually, they were supposed to have it was supposed to be a Miss Minutes episode doing the whole explanation, like, our leader or whatever, like, wants to give you like the same shit that she was talking about at the beginning. She was supposed to have like pretty much a longer duration of this conversation. They weren't even supposed to meet him at all. So they switched that up. So I was like, who knows?
Well, I'm happy they switched that up then.
Vic tried to compare Sylvie killing Kang to killing that nigga to Star-Lord hitting Thanos. He tried to compare their emotional turmoil. It's like, bro, she's not much different. It's like, because like he saw a meme about it, and he's like, well, I mean, she didn't have to do that. It's like, okay, so you're talking about someone who his entire life has led up to this moment, as opposed to Star-Lord, who didn't know Gamora that long. You know what I'm saying?
Gamora for years.
Years compared to her entire life. Her entire life was about that. He ruined it for everybody based off of, like, if you want to like throw into the scale of things, he ruined it for everybody for no reason. Like, it was insignificant, especially considering all you had to do was just wait for her to get the glove off, and then you fuck his ass up. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, you can't compare Sylvie to Star-Lord. Like, what she did was a lot more justified than what he did.
So real quick, here's my thing. What do you people think would have happened if they would have got the glove off? Like, none of them are still strong enough to take on Thanos.
He doesn't get to snap.
I get that.
And if they have the glove, they can. Without the glove, he can't. What's he gonna do? Track him down?
Yes.
You can. Okay, he doesn't have the powers that he doesn't have no powers. Doctor Strange can't put that in somewhere else that Thanos can never find it.
Doesn't matter. Thanos can still fuck them up.
Yeah, that's fine. But the inherent threat is him with the glove as opposed to him without the glove. Him with the glove is a whole different threat. Like, prevent this thing from.
Still stronger than Kang, but whatever.
Which
that's a whole different.
Yeah, but it's like in this conversation, it's like taking off the glove that would have prevented a lot more casualties. Yeah, they would have got their asses beat. Fine, but the universe is safe.
Yeah. I still feel like if they would have tried to run off with it or anything like that, if they would have tried to fucking throw it away or some shit like that, Thanos still would have had a chance to go and fucking find it and still use whatever.
All Doctor Strange had to do is create a portal, throw it somewhere else, and Thanos is never finding that glove again.
I don't know. He already found all the Infinity Stones that were already scattered throughout the universe.
I'm just pissed Loki didn't have that Tesseract with him at the end of this episode when fucking Sylvie threw his ass through that portal. Like, haha, I'm glad I saved this for just this time.
I don't think the Tesseract would have worked.
I don't know. I'm talking about before when it was in that other world, it probably would have. We don't know.
You talking about? You talking about in Latimer? Or are you talking about
Lamentus?
Or yeah, Lamentus, not Latimer.
Fuck that.
You talking about in Lamentus, or are you talking about that weird world where Eliath was?
Where Eliath was.
The Void? The Void?
The real world where Eliath was, yeah, when they went to go see Immortus / He Who Remains.
Okay, you're talking about like the castle then.
The Void.
Yeah, the castle area. Like,
yeah, I don't think that would have worked. I think that was in a completely different realm of its own outside of the timeline.
Actually, I think it would have worked. Because the sacred timelines, it's not multiverses, is it?
The sacred timeline is one timeline.
Yeah,
and
it's
then they
one
prune
time-
off anything else.
No, okay, but it's one timeline, right?
Yeah.
So the Infinity Stones only work in a certain universe.
Yeah.
I think it would have still worked in that universe if that universe is the all-encompassing one. Like it wouldn't have done a lot, but it still would have been like he still could have used the fucking time stone.
I don't know, but
space stone.
But we're talking about the guy who created the TVA, where no Infinity Stones or no magic would work. You think his castle is not going to have those same rules applied to it?
Yes.
No. Actually, though, magic did work in his area, so
that's what I'm saying.
Like, I don't know, like they were doing magic there, so it's kind of.
So, yeah, that's why I'm like, this would have been the perfect time to have that.
Yeah, I mean, but I think it's because in like the second episode they were like, "Oh well, the stones don't matter." You know what I'm saying? Like, man, fuck these stones. We don't need these stones.
He still should have pocketed in like so many of them and just kept them around just for wherever else he was going.
Right, get like a Infinity Gauntlet keychain.
Yeah.
So, Loki. Oh, by the way, spoiler alert.
And no spoiler alert. Everybody's seen that.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Like, I was really, like, you could ask, I was super hyped for the episode. And then by the end of it, I'm like, man, what? Like, I was so annoyed at the end of it.
It did feel lackluster.
Yeah, it's like, y'all built it up, and you did a great job of building it up.
Right.
And it's just like,
at least they gave us a face.
Dude, fucking shut up, Sylvie, bro. Like, nigga, grow up, bitch. Like, fuck.
Right.
Like, you being a huge ass hypocrite right now, bitch. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you did just go around killing all these niggas just to get to me. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm up here trying to kill people to save everybody. You worried about just killing one nigga. Man, get the fuck out of here, Sylvie. Like,
it's not even that. Loki himself being on his high horse is like, we don't kill innocent people.
Right.
Before you got, like, captured by the TVA, you were arrested at the Battle of New York. Like, you killed countless people. So it's like, you hypocrite.
Pretty much. I didn't like that part. I didn't like that like they had them on their like high morality fucking horses and shit like that. Like, come on now, y'all are villains. Y'all have been fucking up people for decades. All right, Loki, you've been doing it for like thousands and thousands of years over there in fucking Asgard and shit like that. You fucking try to stage a coup on Asgard with Jotunheim.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you
Not technically, not yet.
No, he did do that. That was the first Thor.
Happened, right?
I thought the Jotunheim thing was the second one.
Nope, that was the Dark Elves.
That's Dark World. Yeah, Thor 2. Yeah.
See, that's the problem with you, Loki. This further proves the point. Which time are we referring to, you son of a bitch? You do it all the time. Hell, if you talk about it for real, you're the reason Odin died.
Nah, man.
Yeah, because he left his ass on Earth.
I thought Odin just wanted to die, man. He was just old.
Nah, he left his ass on Earth. He couldn't get back.
Yeah, he banished him to Earth. He couldn't get back to Midgard.
Huh.
Yeah.
I mean, he couldn't get back to Asgard. He was on Midgard.
Yeah, he was on Midgard.
Fighting Sephiroth. That's Midgar, without a
Sephiroth.
That's keep up, guy. Nah, I feel like, yeah, but a lot of the characters and the Easter eggs are what made Loki really good to me. I like that a lot. Like the Thanos copter shit was pretty fucking dope. Throg was pretty fucking cool. I like the fact that Kid Loki actually killed Thor.
He likes all the Easter eggs except for he who remains.
Because it's not the same thing. Like, you made it a whole different character for no reason.
Yeah.
It's not pertinent at all.
Right.
It's like, if Kang is gonna be the big bad.
I don't even know what he said.
He said Ferdinand.
Ferdinand?
It's not pertinent. It's Ferdinand.
It reminds me of the episode of fucking Malcolm in the Middle where Dewey's fucking dancing with that old ass Russian lady, singing to that Ferdinand song from ABBA, I think.
I know what you're talking about. I'm annoyed about it, but I like the because like it's like, to me, doing it the way that they did it is more akin to how they did Galactus and Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
Like, it's you kind of know, you kind of have an idea, but it's like.
But they said Galactus was Galactus.
But it's like, that wasn't Galactus. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's, you don't pull the trigger the way you're supposed to pull the trigger. Like, that's what it invoked. That's what I thought about. Like, that's not much different than this.
This is also a setup though. Like, this is a setup for the threat that is Kang. So like this.
And technically, all they did was just, instead of making He Who Remains a separate person inside the TVA, they just combined him with one of the Kang variants. It's really all they did. I don't really feel like it's a cop out, because it's like He Who Remains doesn't do anything. Just like I was saying earlier, he doesn't do anything in the Marvel comics anyway. So just combining him with a villain, you know what I'm saying? Like the villain that's going to be moving forward, it doesn't do anything. It doesn't affect anything, to be honest.
But that's what I'm saying. It doesn't add to it either. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't add or take it. It was an unnecessary step. There were other things that they could have done that would have been more impactful, in my opinion.
Well, see, the thing is though, is to keep it as a mystery. That's the whole point of doing it. Because like, if you had, Kang's name as the leader of the TVA from the jump, it would take away from that mystery.
I think that it needs to be Thanos.
Still, we're not even getting a mention of Kang until I don't even think we're going to get a mention of him in the second season of Loki, to be honest.
Thanos.
You're gonna have, well, I don't know, because Ant-Man's coming out for what, like late 22 and
2023.
early 23.
Yeah.
So
like, but Thanos, like, what you have to do is you have to establish how this dude's more of a threat than Thanos was.
Yeah.
And hints and like mysteries and all that shit does not need to be this case. You don't need to take that.
It does for the first iteration of him, for the first mention of the man. Yeah, like Thanos wasn't really a threat for him to see him on a fucking stool.
But that was a more direct thing.
The first time we saw the side of his face.
Actually, yeah, he's.
But
yeah,
I'm saying it's more direct. Like, you knew who that was.
I didn't.
You didn't know that was Thanos?
No, because I didn't know who Thanos was. I didn't give a fuck about Marvel Comics growing up, outside of Spider-Man.
Yeah, it's like growing up liking shit like that, like being invested in things like that. It's like the way that they did it, and like I was just saying, it's like I just don't like how they did it. Like I feel
so
like
if they would have showed Jonathan Majors with a blue face, you would have been okay with it.
Yeah, I actually said that to Aisha. You better show me some type of glimpse of him with a cyan face. Like I want to see that. I don't want to see I don't want to keep, you don't have to keep building this up. You don't have to keep doing that. We know.
Go ahead.
Because that's how we do it. Because that's pretty much how you do the big bad. You build him up. You don't just, all right, this is our big bad. Here we go. Go. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we build them up.
No, I'm talking about, okay, it's kind of like what you said earlier. Kang isn't as much of a threat as Thanos was.
You got to think about it from the foundations, all right? Why do you build me up?
Shut up.
Buttercup, baby.
I don't like it. Like I'm like
just to let me down.
I didn't like it. That's what I'm saying. I wasn't fond of it.
All, you never know, baby.
It's in the
you
same.
Never call, baby, when you say you will.
But I love you still.
But yeah, so I don't know. I thought I'm excited as long as they don't use that same version of Kang, where he's like a goofy, like, oh, I'm just gonna play with you type thing.
He needed that. That's a build up to show he's so powerful.
Now you're just being fucking ridiculous. That was not a build up at all.
No. He's so powerful.
Bitch, don't patronize me.
He's so powerful. Nothing is a threat to him. That's why he acted like that.
But I keep trying to tell y'all, every version of him is different. So all because they showed one comedic version, why are y'all? Why
are you saying y'all?
Well, okay. Well, then, who's having the issue with how he was portrayed? Why is there an issue with how he was first portrayed in this one? Then, if that's the case, when technically it wasn't Kang, it's a variant of him. Each variant is different.
Yeah, I'm not doubting that. I'm just saying that I don't like
how it was executed.
Right.
That's also, I don't like how it was executed. I know the mythos. I understand the character. I get that. I just don't like the way that they're trying to do it. It's like, it's going back. MCU's not infallible. They make mistakes all the fucking time. Look what they did with Taskmaster. Like it's not a, you know what I'm saying? It's not, oh, well, they did it this way. It has to be, like, you have to accept it. Like, yeah, we can't do anything to change it, but I don't like it. That's why I was like, there's other ways that y'all could have done this character to get the scope of what you were trying to get, because, you know, that I think He Who Remains was the most Googled term that weekend, like that Wednesday, because of it.
Right. But then, okay, so then I'm asking you then, Lucas, what could have been done?
I've already spoken on that. I've already said that on here already. There are other ways that there are other ways that you could really get to him. Like there's other ways that you could show. Like it doesn't have to be the way that it was about it. Like I'm just be more direct. Like it doesn't have to have that runaround type feel behind it because it doesn't feel like even the way that his exposition went, I felt like could have been better. He could have had a better version of exposition than just doing the little model shit. It could have been a lot different. And it's like that just doesn't seem like they're putting as much effort into it as they should be putting into it. Miss Minutes could have played a more significant role. Like there's other things that they
Miss Minutes could have absolutely not played any role. I feel like she was completely pointless this entire season. I want everybody to know that.
Second season, so Miss Minutes could still be playing a bigger role.
I get that, but you asked me how I felt it could have been. I'm giving you reasons why I felt like it could have been different. That's what I mean. Like it doesn't like I understand there's a second season. I get that completely, especially because Miss Minutes aside, fuck Ravonna. I hate Ravonna. Ravonna's my least favorite character in Loki.
Right, but a first season build up, if it's gonna get 2 seasons, I don't feel that this was bad.
That's your opinion,
right?
I understand it.
Hey man, that's just like your opinion, man.
Huh?
What?
My bad. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I couldn't hear you.
No, like, that's your opinion. We get it. Like we understand what you say. It's just that's your opinion. Like my opinion, I don't like it. Your opinion, you do like it. It's cool.
I think so do you? Because Kang had mentioned in there, or He Who Remains, whatever the fuck. I'm gonna keep calling him Kang because we all know who he is. He had mentioned in there that he could come back as a fucking reincarnation, another incarnation of him. And do you guys think that that's what Ravonna is going to be doing? Second season.
So if we go off,
As a reincarnated version of herself.
Not a reincarnated version of
is
herself.
she going to support the
gonna
reincarnated version of him?
Yeah, because like remember he gave her specific files that weren't even what she was asking for, but Miss Minutes said that like, oh, I want you, or he thought that you would be better off with this, and then she's off to go do something. So maybe he knew that he was going to die. And so I don't know, maybe there's some type of fucking reincarnation model thing to bring back that specific fucking
I think
Kang.
that what would probably happen is they're going to like she's going to get on board with wherever she goes. Like wherever she goes, whatever she sees, whatever it is, it's going to influence her to be more on, because all she wants is the truth. She wants answers. That's what she said. I just want to figure this out. Like
She could have went with Loki for that.
No. She couldn't. She did that. That wasn't what. I feel like that's not what she was like. I don't. Like I said, I don't like Ravonna, and there's like multiple different like things she said or done through the show that made me not like her even more. Like
she's not supposed to be a likable character.
That's fine, but I'm saying the way that she's going about it, I don't like. Like because it's like when you find out you're in, like everything that you think you know is a lie. And you're like, does that change anything? You still need to follow these rules. It's like, calm down. If you really like, where are her loyalties at? What is she really trying to do?
Her loyalties were with the TVA. She also wasn't wrong whenever she told Mobius that she didn't change, because she didn't. She stayed the same the entire time. Like whenever Mobius was like, "You changed," she's like, "No, the fuck, I didn't. You did, Mobius. We were friends."
She did change.
No, she didn't.
She used to be a teacher.
Made that variant of her.
Hey, they're all variants.
Yeah.
We don't know where that exact one came from.
We don't. So how can you say that she changed? Maybe she used to be a judge.
Like, first of all, but you're taking her words at face value. She's lied this entire series.
No, she hasn't.
Yes, she has.
What did she lie about?
She lied to Sylvie. She lied to Loki. She lied to Mobius.
Yeah.
She lied to Hunter B-15. Like, she just lied to everyone she's talked to.
Yeah.
Like, that's not even an opinion at that point.
Yeah, but for all time, always. So
which was a lie.
So I'm glad to say that she hasn't changed, because she's always been a liar, right?
You just said that she wasn't a liar. You literally just said that she's not lied this whole time.
And
you
now
can't do that.
I have changed. I have remade my statement, though, that, she still hasn't changed.
Guys, if you don't hear Teddy on another episode, it's because I murdered him in cold blood.
That's how you lose your Twitter account.
They can't prove it this time.
Shit.
Yeah, the Marvel, I don't know. I didn't care for Falcon and Winter Soldier. Like, right now it's WandaVision, Loki, Falcon, Winter Soldier. That's my ranking. And then Hawkeye either going to be at the top or the bottom. I've always liked Hawkeye as a character. Not him specifically, but like in the Marvel universe, he's always been one of my favorite characters. I've always thought Hawkeye was dope. So yeah, I'm either going to really like his show, I'm not going to give a fuck about it. This is the in between for me. It's going to be Nah. It's going to be the bottom. Because of how I care about him, it's going to be the fucking bottom. Fuck Hawkeye. Is it going to be interesting? Sure. But no. How did you feel about...
I feel like Hawkeye should have got a movie and Black Widow should have got a TV show.
That's kind of how I feel too. Like, that's kind of like... But at the same time, seeing what it's set up, I can see why it's not that. I don't like how they did... the actor who played the dude that got his wrist broken, he's the one going around saying that he was a mutant. And it's like, you really think Marvel would like hold off on like the MCU?
Who got their wrist broken?
In Black Widow, the big ass dude.
I'm sorry, in prison, and he was doing the arm wrestling contest.
The one who called him a liar.
Yeah.
He's saying that he was an actual mutant. Like, his actors running around saying, this is who I was playing. I was playing Ursa Major. His character used to turn into a bear. But it's like...
That sounds dope.
It really is. Like, like a Russian brown bear. Like, that's fucking insane. But I think it's weird that he's like... I don't think that that's how Marvel would introduce mutants.
No. Not in Black Widow.
And not in a throwaway character.
Yeah.
Like... That's why I was like, it's kind of like there's a lot more I didn't like about Black Widow than I did. I give it a 5, not a 7 or 6. It's a 5. I guess it's one less than Space Jam.
I liked it. It was really good. Speaking of Space Jam, Chauncey, did you watch Space Jam?
Mm-hmm. I watched Space Jam with Scotty.
Coming out in Chauncey Land out there in space. Did you watch it?
Can you hear me?
No.
Yep. Now we can.
I said yeah, I saw it.
Okay. So, what did you think about it?
I thought it was pretty decent. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. Okay. What did you enjoy about it? Did you have any issues with it? Anything like that?
It was just, I just felt like it was just cheesy and corny, but I was just like, I expect that. You know what I'm saying? Like LeBron can't act, so I kind of expect that. It's not a movie meant for me, technically. Like, you know, and most of the scenes in it were still good. Like, I like how they fucking did the whole fake ass basketball competition, I guess, because it was a fake ass basketball competition. That
score is arbitrary the whole time. I don't give a fuck about the end of it.
Like, just like all the HBO and like Hanna-Barbera. Is it Hanna-Barbera?
Yeah, it's Hanna-Barbera characters.
Yeah, the Hanna-Barbera characters and all that stuff, like in the background. I thought all that shit was cool. Like all just those references in general and shit like that.
I like the King Kong reference that he said, like that algae rhythm said.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Algae rhythm. That algorithm.
Yeah. That's whenever Al Gore be dancing.
Yeah, like I didn't like his family. Like, stop it. He's dancing right now, Chauncey. Quit it. Make him stop. Like,
I can't even sing. So.
His fictionalized version of his family, like, Don Cheadle acted his ass off that whole movie. I don't give a fuck what it was.
Don Cheadle carried that movie.
Don Cheadle did everything he was gonna do in that movie.
Right. Whenever they pitched this movie, they're like, "So look, we're gonna have some people on, and we're gonna need you to compensate for that." Okay.
Don't be surprised if you hear in the news that Don Cheadle's been hospitalized.
Right.
After undergoing severe back problems for it. Yeah, like, I think, well, is there anything about the movie you weren't fond of, Chauncey?
No. Not to be honest. Me and Scotty sat here and watched it. No, not really.
Oh, yeah. Okay. What about you?
Like, I for it, so it didn't let me down on like in any aspect. Like the story was lacking obviously, but it's just like I don't really fucking know. I was like, I don't want to play basketball, Dad. I want to be a video game creator. And then he just got the fucking dictator ass there. You gonna play basketball, blah blah blah. Like, and then at the end of the movie, you right, son. I'm gonna let you do what you want to do. You your own man. That's pretty much it. Like, I just thought that was whack, but like whatever. It's typical with like almost any movie.
How about you, Lucas? How do you feel about everything? Any parts that you didn't like? Any parts that you specifically liked?
It's just like the game was wacky and zany. I feel like they could have pulled the trigger a little bit harder on the zaniness, as opposed to like I know, like, fuck it, you're gonna get comparisons to the first one. So the first game was off the fucking wall. This game just seemed like stupid. Like it was like you said, a lot more cheesy than anything else. I think that the production value of the movie was great. I give it that. Like they obviously put a lot of effort into this movie. In the budget, not necessarily the script, not necessarily the star power, because like the Michael Jordan thing was funny. It was funny as fuck to me. Like
you talking about the final dunk?
Put out Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah.
Michael B. Jordan. That shit was hilarious. That shit was good. I like that.
It's like I'm not gonna sit here and say I didn't laugh both times I watched the movie.
B. Jordan, Michael B.
Oh, like, so we couldn't get Michael A. Jordan?
Did you see Daffy's clipboard?
Yeah.
It said
wrong Michael.
It said wrong Michael, trade Sylvester. At the bottom of it, it's like I thought that was cool. Like I definitely did enjoy. Like it did. It's not meant for us. That's the biggest part about it. So you have to take it with a grain of salt. That movie was not intended for me and you to watch it and be like, you know what? Like this is the greatest movie or the worst movie of all time. But it's like for the people that it was meant for, they probably really enjoyed it. You know what I mean? Like the references, like Pennywise, the mask, the penguin. Like all that shit was fucking dope. Like I like the Iron Giant.
Horrible though. I was just like, oh my god, that Pennywise is cringe as fuck.
Yeah, like
the mask looked terrible.
The penguin, like I'm just about like the fact that they alluded to them. Yeah. Like we had people on Facebook that were saying shit like this is the worst one. Like this was so bad. But the hot takes that people have, like I don't like half the shit that these like the same people say that let other shit go on in their lives. I'm just like, you know what? I'm not listening to you about this movie.
You know what? My favorite fucking like Easter egg moment, I guess, or like crossover moment thing was for like character wise. Foghorn Leghorn riding Drogon as Daenerys.
Yes.
Game of Thrones. That shit was hilarious.
Great. Bro. Like that thing was saying, like all the callbacks, like you guys like one, I understand why you kept it to the Looney Tunes for the team, but I would have been LeBron. Like you.
Oh yeah, 100%. I'm taking Superman, Batman, King Kong.
Like what fucked me up is he had King Kong listed under speed. Like
no, I thought he was having him as a power forward.
No, he like, but when you look at the board, like they had like different arrows pointed. King Kong's arrow was pointing to speed.
Hilarious.
So it's like, but even then, it's like everybody. Like I didn't really give a shit about the Goon Squad. The Goon Squad is a fire ass name, but it's like I don't really care about these. You could have had there's other people you could have utilized to make it like a more like a higher production quality movie, in my opinion. Like it's like, ooh, this is gonna be cool. It's like he was cheating, you know what I'm saying? Like all that other shit. So it's like, bro, like the Chrono shit killed me. Anything with Dame Lillard in it was hilarious. It's like it's Dame time. But like I just didn't feel like it. Like I wasn't going in like it's kind of like Chauncey. I didn't go into it expecting to love the movie. Like as Space Jam is a movie I love with all my fucking heart, and I have problems with that movie. You know what I mean? So it's like I wasn't going into this one like, okay, this is gonna be a better iteration. My mom won't even watch it. She doesn't like LeBron.
I feel like that's a dumb reason not to watch it, but you know.
So I'm gonna be real with y'all.
Lucas and his Keanu Reeves. So
I'm gonna be 100% real with y'all. This movie was made for us.
It was not.
This movie was not made for smaller kids. Smaller kids don't know a fucking thing about Looney Tunes, bruh. This movie was made 100% for this generation. This is something that we have always wanted. We always wanted to have a sequel to Space Jam in some form or some fashion. And this movie was 100% made for us.
You said what?
Yeah, but we were kids and we want it now.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I wanted
the
it now.
demographic might be an opinion thing. I don't think it was geared towards us.
Yeah, I feel like it still was, though. Again, like, kids these days are not watching Looney Tunes. If it was geared towards kids these
What
days,
do you know about what kids these days are doing?
because Looney Tunes isn't on fucking Cartoon Network or
Because it doesn't have to
Nickelodeon
be
or
on
anything like
Cartoon
that.
Network or Nickelodeon because it's a streaming site. It's on Paramount Plus. It's on HBO Max.
It's not on Paramount Plus.
There are other ways for them to watch it. There's other ways for them to access it. We don't know. Like I said, like the demographic for it, I still think is towards children. I mean, I ain't seen enough Paw Patrol, no representation like that. But it's like, it's accessible to the people who want to access it. Like, that's what we don't know that.
And even then, though, they're still taking that choice of. I mean, they still have the other options to choose from, and a lot of people are not choosing Looney Tunes, bro. Just to be 100% honest with you.
Based on what?
Oh my god, you want me to pull up fucking records and shit like that?
I mean,
about how many people watch Looney Tunes nowadays versus how many people watch other stuff that's not Looney Tunes?
That would make make your point a lot more. Because I don't get where you're getting that people aren't watching Looney Tunes.
How many people watch Looney Tunes?
I'm not saying I know that. No, that's not the point that I was making. I'm just saying, like, you feel like no one's watching Looney Tunes. What are you basing that off of?
We're basing it off that Looney Tunes doesn't come on television like it used to. That's what he's basing it off.
But that's also an inaccurate statement if you consider that the majority of television isn't just consumed through TV itself. Streaming sites are a thing now. Okay. So because they're not going to be watching it off of television, that does not mean that they're not still it not being.
So then in that case, Looney Tunes is only available through HBO Max. People are not buying HBO Max for little kids to watch Looney Tunes on, bro.
It's not just available through that. And then, okay, so fine. I can say for a fact, my little sister watches Looney Tunes. So does that mean anything to you?
No. One person does not matter.
But I'm saying I have an actual example.
That's called anecdotal.
So
it's anecdotal evidence. That means it only relates to you.
It doesn't only relate to me, bro. I mean, in general.
How does your sister relate to anybody else?
Why are you yelling? You don't have that doesn't need to be happening. I'm just saying I get what you were trying to say, but it's like we don't have the information, the facts to say that like it's not for other people as well. The other people aren't watching this because we're not seeing it on TV. That does not mean people aren't going out of the way. The Looney Tunes, bro, they're Looney Tunes. Like people still watch Looney Tunes. Even if you don't watch it on TV, that does not mean somebody else is not watching it on TV.
Yeah, no, I get that.
That was my point.
Let's also take into consideration on retail value sales, what's actually being put out there for kids to buy, toys and shit like that. Nobody's buying, or nobody is regularly watching Looney Tunes like how we were back in the day. So that's why, again, I'm stating that this movie was made for us.
It is an opinion.
Okay, fucking correct. Jesus Christ. So back to my other opinions about the movies.
The whole TV show's still going out. Looney Tunes cartoons came out last year.
And?
Like, that's, people still watch. Like, it's not, like, yes, is there a niche of people who are watching this movie as adults? Yeah, 100%. But,
oh my God, at this point, I don't care anymore. I'd rather actually get into the actual review of the movie.
I already spoke about how I feel about it.
I'm talking about me because I haven't, and that's why I started this.
Okay, that's fine. That's how you feel about the movie.
So, I thought the movie was actually really good. Of course, LeBron can't act. I think ultimately, though, the story was lacking. Like, I would have wanted, like, if you compare it to the original Space Jam, there was a better story for that one. There was a better build up into why they're playing, or actually, I guess why they're playing, not really. Because Space Jam, or this new Space Jam, had more of like a life or death situation. You know, everybody could have been trapped in the serververse. But there was like the whole basketball game felt like it was, I mean, it was cheesy, but it just felt like there was really no threat because points didn't matter. You know what I'm saying? It was a style-based game or whatever, like whatever crazy zany shit that you could do is what got you points. So it was kind of like there was really no big fucking like drawback to them whenever they were playing, except for whenever they were actually trying to play basketball. I wish I would have seen more of the Looney Tunes in the other worlds instead of like them just doing a quick like 2-minute thing and then grabbing Daffy and Piggy or Porky Pig or whatever. Jesus. And do what?
In the other world? What you mean?
Yeah, like I just wish that we could have seen them in the other world longer than what they showed.
I see what you're saying now. I see. We all just coughing?
Yeah.
I'm actually not.
I got something like that fucking stuck in the back of my throat. This shit has been killing me.
I feel that.
But yeah, I don't think I would ever watch this one again. Just because, like...
Definitely not.
But I don't think it was bad. I just don't think it was, like, really that great.
Yeah. That's why I still give it like a 6 to 7 out of 10.
Hold on.
Like, it still wasn't like, you know, like horrible, but I feel like it wasn't for us, like, you know, but just the references outside of that. But I feel like that's with every kid movie, though. Every kid movie has adult references that kids don't get, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so technically all movies are geared towards adults, like, in some slight fashion. You know what I'm saying? But, like, I just don't feel that this is that movie like that. If you get what I'm saying, I guess. Because I don't even know what I'm saying.
So wait, I thought you said so where is your stance on the review for this movie?
I like it.
For me, or he likes it all.
But I just don't think it warrants like a second watch.
Okay.
That's real. Because I don't think I would watch it a second time. I glanced through for like one other scene like the other day, but that was probably about it. I forgot what scene it was now. What scene was it? Not the ending one with the King Kong shit. That shit was funny though too. King Kong was like, bitch. What was it? Fuck. I don't know. It'll hit me later, and then I'll bring that shit up like after the podcast or some shit like that. Hey, Aisha. Face ass.
Yeah, no, I'm confused. Y'all, like, I watched it again, and I think I liked it the least out of all three of us.
I feel that's fine. I don't feel a reason to watch it again. That's everybody has their own opinion, man. So that's ours. That's yours.
Chauncey, did you ever watch the other Fear Street movies?
Didn't the last one come out?
Yeah, the third one just came out.
This past Friday?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I didn't. I only saw the first one. I haven't watched the other two still.
So I watched both of them last night, and they're fucking really good, man.
They are?
Yeah. Like, they're fucking solid, actually. And I'm hoping that, like, Netflix does more R.L. Stine, like, based movies.
Yeah.
Like, because, I mean, seeing how these went, I wouldn't be upset with it.
Right, if they follow up with, like, the other R.L. Stine movies and how they did these three, that's fine.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Like, give me, like, fucking... Oh, my God. I'm trying to think of, like, the R.L. Stine book where it has the... It's like the photo or some shit like that, and it's like Say Cheese. Say Cheese and Die. That's what the name of it is. Do that one. That one's great.
Say Cheese.
Just give us a whole Scholastic Book Fair fucking section on Netflix.
Scholastic Book Fair. Oh my God. I remember those, bro. Fuck.
The Curse of the Mummy's Tomb was always good too.
That's hilarious.
I thought they were doing those.
They don't do.
Go ahead.
As long as they don't do what, Chauncey?
It does the original Goosebumps over again.
They already did that, I want to say, like a few years ago, didn't they?
Yeah, I know, with Jack Black. That's why.
No.
Don't do that again.
Oh yeah. Like it was a cool concept to have like all of the books coming out at once because you know what I'm saying, like he trapped them away.
Right.
But it was lackluster.
Yeah, definitely. That shit was trash in my opinion.
I liked the first one. I didn't like the second one though.
Yeah, he does make great books. Like them shits was like fucking grade A reads back when I was a child, dude.
Did you ever have your fucking teachers tell you couldn't do book reports on R.L. Stein books? Because that fucking pisses me off. Like, why can't I do it? Why a book report is a book report, man.
Right, I don't think I ever had that issue.
I had some bullshit ass teachers then.
They banned Goosebumps. Like, because it was, they felt like it wasn't an appropriate thing for kids to be reading, which was the complete opposite of what it was intended for.
Right.
But that's, because I remember I had that same problem. That was one of the things that the teacher, Miss Spoon, said something about that. Like she mentioned it. Like we weren't doing Goosebumps in 11th grade. I wasn't saying that, but like someone mentioned it to her. She's like, how come no one can ever cover that? She goes, well, she explained it to me. She's like, we can't have that because like you guys aren't, like kids shouldn't be using that as a reference point. I'm like, that's the whole point of the book. It's to help teenagers and kids manage fear. Like it's to get them acquainted with it. It doesn't have to be graphic. They're not graphic books. You're not reading it. I'm not doing a book report on it. It's Goosebumps.
Right.
First of all, it's the worst book to do a book report on.
Because of how long it is, yeah.
No, because the child sex scenes.
Well, I mean, that's just in your head, though.
No, it's not.
Like you're playing that on your head, and you're a pervert for that.
Am I a pervert? I think that the way that they look at it, they're not gonna want to like it's like a child orgy. Like
it's just words, but you're playing the pictures in your head, so that makes you a pervert.
Alice's Adventures in Wonderland is also a banned book, and I didn't even know that.
Alice's Adventures in Wonderland is the most difficult fucking book I've ever tried to read in my life, bro.
It's because there's a lot of big words.
No, it's because there's a lot of small words. It's the opposite of big words, okay? You try to read that fucking book from the way that Lewis Carroll says that it should be, or like from his actual writing, and it will be stupid shit like, Alice thought to herself, why am I doing this? Why am I doing this, Alice thought? Why did you do that? It's that shit over and over again, bruh. It's like, why are you telling me what she thought and then making me read her saying what she thought anyways?
It's not a good book, man.
We're just making a long book for no reason.
It's such a fucking long book.
Could have been done. This book could have been done in half the time if I went up here trying to say what she thought, as well as read back what she thought that she said that she thought it.
You know, I'm just not realizing.
No fucking idea, bro. I swear to God, the first like 3 pages of that book, and I was like, I don't know if I can do this anymore.
I think it's crazy because I just now realized that that's one of the books I actually did read, like cover to cover. And it's the only reason I remember that is because I also read Robinson Crusoe, Moby Dick, because they were like a certain book, like a certain book style, like a series and shit that they had that, and it's like Alice's Adventures in Wonderland is the name of it. Like I was just like, I remember reading it and it was like, why did I read that book? Like that's how I felt after the end of the book. It didn't really do anything for me. Like Robinson Crusoe had a real shit in it. You know what I mean? Like this book, I felt the same way about Moby Dick. I hate Moby Dick, but I was like, Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, she's the least compelling character in the entire fucking series. Like, why am I talking? I'd rather talk to the fucking doorknob. Talk to her. Give a fuck about her.
I would have made best friends with the God, who is it? The dodo bird and the
oh, fuck that bird. That bird's such an asshole.
Yeah, the dodo bird and like the little fucking sailor dude that's next to him.
I think, yeah. Who else? Shit, now I'm over here running between the books and the movie.
Right.
My favorite character is Absalom. Yours is the Cheshire Cat. Right?
Oh yeah, 100% the Cheshire Cat, bro.
Do you have a favorite character in Alice in Wonderland, Chauncey?
Mad Hatter.
My second favorite is the March Hare.
I just want to point out, I just had a visual of Chauncey dressed up as the Mad Hatter.
That'd be a very long top hat.
What? I think he could hide his head. It wouldn't be that bad.
Yeah. Be a very big top hat. I'll say that much.
Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, bro. I had that book too. That shit was fucking crazy.
I had that book, but I can't remember anything from that book.
Oh man, I do.
I used to go and pick up like haunted horror story books all the fucking time.
Gabby used to want me to read that book with her. Like she's like, when that movie came out, she's like, we're watching this movie because she loves that shit. And she was super excited for Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. And it's literally like, because I watched it on the Kill Count, they actually did keep it pretty faithful to the book, like the movie that just came out recently. So it's just like, I didn't care for it as a kid, but I read every story. Like, that's why I remember that one. Am I thinking about the same one where it was the girl that had the ribbon? and like keeping her head attached to her neck?
I have no idea.
You know what I'm talking about, Chauncey?
I'm so sorry. I was up here messaging Scotty. What happened?
The scary stories to tell in the dark contain the story about the girl whose neck was her neck was attached to her head through a ribbon, and once she undid the ribbon, her head fell off. Is that the same thing, or am I thinking of something different?
Same book, yes.
Yeah, that's the story that stuck with me the most. Out of every story in the book, that's the one that stuck with me the most. The zombie shit I wasn't really fond of. The scarecrow shit, I didn't fuck with scarecrows growing up in the first place because they just look like that's a fire hazard. Like, I'm not worried about a goddamn scarecrow.
There's a lot of shit that I'm not worried about. Not worried about skeletons.
And then they depicted scarecrows as cool ass animals, so it made me like they depicted crows in cartoons as cool as fuck. So I hated scarecrows. I'm like, y'all just hating ass bird ass niggas, bro. Fuck y'all. I don't like y'all in the first place. But I love like the scarecrow, the crows in Dumbo.
The racist ass? Well, they're not racist, but they were depicted in a racist sense. You know what sucks though is like I really like that song.
The Minister one.
When you say it like that, I don't want to say yes.
I was making sure we were talking about the same song. Nah, bro, it's fair. You can say the song is catchy. You can say you like the song. It's not your fault that they made it racist. You can't help who you are.
Right.
Confederate. No, not even. I agree. It's like the same thing. Like R. Kelly and Michael Jackson.
I don't know if that's the same. I don't know if that's the same.
Regardless of what they did, them songs were still bops. Like that's what I was getting at.
I've been there and seen about everything.
I feel like didn't they remake Dumbo?
They did remake Dumbo.
Dumbo got no fanfare.
Dumbo, the original cartoon, is not necessary. Dumbo, the original cartoon, was only like 40 minutes long.
Is that real?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna question you. You like Disney movies.
I have it over there. And it's, yeah, I bought it because I was like, you know, I remember this and I haven't seen it in a very long time, so let me go ahead and watch it. It's only like 40 minutes long. But the remake of the movie actually goes a lot further into it. I never finished it, though.
I never watched The Jungle Book.
Jungle Book was great.
The one that I watched...
My favorite one is 1994, Rudy Kipler's Jungle Book.
I can't say that I've watched the Jungle Book. Well, not like the cartoon one. I know I've seen that version of the Jungle Book. I'm talking about the live action ones. The Jungle Book, and then what was the other one?
The Jungle Book.
No, I thought they had two live action versions.
1994, Rudy Kipler's Jungle Book.
And then they just had another one just called Jungle Book. I thought they had one named Mowgli.
They did have one named Mowgli.
Mowgli is not from like Disney or anything like that. That's a separation. You know, because anybody can actually do the Mowgli storyline. Disney doesn't own that. It's just based off of a book called...
Mowgli is part of the Jungle Book, though, right?
Yes, but the book is written by Rudy Kipyard.
Rudyard Kipling.
Rudyard Kipling. Thank you. Fuck.
I'm over here like, that don't sound right.
Rudyard Kipling, he's the one that actually wrote the book. So it's just like anybody can make a movie about like Moby Dick or anything like that. Like it doesn't have to be Disney's version of that. But Disney did not make a version of Mowgli.
Right. I wasn't just referencing Disney in general. I was just saying the Jungle Book, like what the story, as in the characters, whatever the fucking case may be. Because even if the story is called Mowgli, it still has the characters from the Jungle Book in it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right, so that's what the fuck I'm referring to. I haven't seen any of the live action versions outside of the original Jungle Book, or not the 1984 one. I don't think
the original cartoon one.
Yes, I said the cartoon, right? The original, right? Is that the 1984 one? That's why I'm confused.
Well, see, that one's way before 1984, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's in like the 60s or 50s, and that is Disney. That's why I thought we were stuck on the whole Disney situation.
No, I was just referencing
the original. Okay, so I see what you're saying. Hold on. I'm trying to find out when the movie came out because that did not help me at all. Because the movie came out in the 60s. It's in 1967. It's a Disney.
That's the one that I've seen. That's
Yeah.
the only one that I've seen. I haven't seen the one that came out in 2016. I didn't see that one, nor have I seen Mowgli. That's what I'm saying.
Ooh, there's a 2021 version of it that gives it a dark twist, reimagining it as a concrete jungle of present-day India. Okay. I didn't know that movie, that series was that fucking old. The book came out in 1894.
Mm-hmm.
So he's long gone. Can't expect a second sequel from him. But I don't think a lot of the movies that Disney does live action, I'm not really fond of. I think the one I really liked, like I was like super keen on, don't even remember right now. Like for the live action remakes, Aladdin, and even that was like, I did not like The Lion King.
What's up, Caps? What's up, Saturday Night Smoke over here in the Podbean Live?
What movie do you want? Is there Disney? I want to see a live action Atlantis if they do it right. But I don't want Tom Holland and Zendaya.
Treasure Planet.
Zendaya.
Either or. I think that's just a preference thing. She doesn't know that I said her name wrong.
It goes both ways like toast.
I was like, I don't think that's a preference thing.
Yeah, man.
It's like saying Gal Gadot, even though her name is Gal Gadot.
That's also a preference thing. Just like penis size.
These are different.
You waited to talk about penises till we have people in the actual live, as far as I'm concerned. When it's just us, penises didn't come.
Perfectly fine, bro. That's how you know Teddy be on that gay shit, bro. When there be a bunch of niggas.
Not that there's nothing wrong with that.
Nah, go ahead. Tell them, Chauncey, how you hate gay people.
I just hate Teddy.
I'll
clarify that.
With my whole heart, I know that Chauncey does not hate gay people for two reasons.
Because he looks like a stud?
That's one.
Okay.
The more important reason is he loves ice skating. So he would never say anything disparaging against
That's a
them.
logical fallacy. You don't have to be gay to ice skate.
But if you want to be good at it,
You gotta be somebody's sweet pork cutlet bowl.
What?
I prefer that a lot more than pussy.
I'm sorry, Glenn. Do you have an issue with men talking about penis?
Maybe he appreciates me.
I waited it specifically for you, Glenn. As soon as you entered, I was like, yep, this is my moment to shine.
We waited for you to start the podcast, actually, Glenn.
I don't know what Glenn is.
Glenn is in the fucking chat.
I know that much, but y'all like, I waited specifically for you. I'm just like, I don't even know who the fuck you are.
Hold on. My question is, how did Saturday night... Oh, never mind.
Coincidence? Nah, it's a coincidence.
Hold on. Stop insulting the people who are listening to our... Quit it. Chauncey, spell fuck.
F-U-K what?
I was talking to my mom about this shit yesterday. This nigga writes and curses, but doesn't spells fuck like a jackass.
Right, pinky up.
All the time.
Whip it out.
Our secret when it comes to the podcast, Glenn, is that we're not really being sarcastic. We mean everything we say.
I do not.
That's
We thought
worse.
what we said was funny. Doesn't mean we weren't serious.
That part is true.
This has gotten me in so much trouble in my adult life. In my younger life, too. It's always gotten me in trouble. It's like, you were serious? Why did you think I wasn't? Because I laughed. Why did you think I wasn't? You laughed. Like, I was 1,000% being honest with you.
I have no idea what you're talking about, Glenn. Is Glenn trying to insult us right now?
I think so.
I believe so.
I believe so.
He said it
Glenn, you
explains the
came here to-
downloads to episode
No,
ratio.
that's not what he said. He explains the downloads. He misspelled downloads. Behind all my jokes are truth. If you haven't paid attention, all we do is make.
Sounds like.
Did we talk about more about? What did you think? What movie's coming out next that you want to watch?
August 6th, Suicide Squad. That's my next big one. Actually, I want to watch Escape Room. because the sequel to that is coming out. And I'm like, if it got a sequel, maybe the first one isn't that bad.
It's a trippy ass movie.
Oh, so you have seen it?
Yeah, I have seen it.
How that works.
I have 100%. Like, it's a trippy ass movie. I was watching it with the intention, why did this movie get made? Like, that's kind of how I looked at it going into it. And then it's like, it wasn't bad, but before I finished it, I found out that there was another one coming out, and it soured the experience. I'm like, I don't think that they needed 2 movies about escape rooms. Werewolf Within, by the way, great. I really like that movie.
It was good.
Solid. 10 out of 10. 9 out of 10. I won't give it a 10 out of 10. Only because I could see who the villain was.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, we saw that from the first 5 minutes of the movie.
I felt bad though. I liked her a lot. She was the best character in the movie in my opinion.
100%. That's why I gave it a 9. Originally it would have been a 7.
Emerson was pretty good too.
Who?
The hunter dude.
Oh, yeah,
I
yeah,
thought it
yeah.
was a whole set.
I thought he was talking about a whole different movie too. Chauncey, what the fuck is that one movie that we watched with that movie who was like whenever it started out the camera was like really shaky, but then it was like a whole bunch of murder, and as the murder kept going he just get like progressively like sloppy but still never got caught. Was it like Jack's Closet or some shit like that?
You said a movie that we watched?
Yeah, man.
So you don't care about Snake Eyes?
I don't care about Snake Eyes.
I'm right there with you. I don't give a fuck about G.I. Joe.
Real American Hero, bro.
The people... I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna watch Jungle Cruise with Aisha. Old is the movie that I think of that. Yeah, Old. I care more about Old than I do about Snake Eyes.
Old, I do want to see.
That comes out this Friday.
Oh, okay. That's the movie where people are at like a like they go to a beach and then just somehow they start getting older and older and fucking they don't know why.
Yeah, the movies that are coming out, I don't care about Purge. Like the Forever Purge does not need to be made. Fuck that. I do want to watch Ride the Eagle.
I don't even know what the fuck that is.
Ride the Eagle is a movie by Jake Johnson, Nick from New Girl.
Oh, okay.
And it has it has J.K. Simmons, Susan Sarandon. Like, I'm already on board. It's supposed to be a funny movie, so I really want to watch that. I'm down to see that. He said that Jake Johnson directed the movie, and he said that New Girl actually played a role in getting that movie made. So,
oh, nice.
I am interested in seeing how that movie pans out.
I'll watch it. Yeah, definitely. Candyman, by the way, coming out is definitely what I want to see.
When does that come out?
August, sometime.
August's pretty lit for movies, man. I think. I don't remember the last important movie that came out in August when I was growing up, except for 30. Because I remember one of my birthdays in August, I watched 30 Minutes or Less because it came out that day, and that movie wasn't the movie I was supposed to be watching at that time.
Is that the movie with Queen Latifah? No, never mind. That's Taxi. I was thinking about Taxi. You're thinking about
it had Aziz Ansari in it, bro.
Right, and Jesse Eisenberg. Yeah.
This nigga is that the movie with Queen? The funny part about it is I wasn't even thinking about Taxi, but even the movie where she only has like a certain amount of time left to live, that's a whole different movie, bro. I don't remember the name of that movie. What is that? Like what is that movie called? I'm gonna find that. Hold on.
It's Taxi.
No, the movie where she thinks that she's gonna die, and she's in the movie with Steve Martin.
Oh,
that's
Steve
what I thought you were thinking about.
Okay. I got you. 1 second. It's about to pull up. Well, there's Bringing Down the House. Is that it?
Is it that?
That's the one with Steve Martin in it?
I think they did like 2 movies together.
I don't know. That's the only one that's popping up.
Okay, hold on.
So, Chauncey, real quick. It had something to do with the Playhouse. The murder movie one.
The murder? And this is what we watched before I went into the hospital?
We watched it like a year ago.
I thought this was something we watched recently that you were trying to think of, bro. I was like,
No, man.
no, that
This movie popped in my head like just last week, because I'm like, I was thinking about like how like the good movies that we have seen, and like this one was kind of trippy because like it's about him just like going around murdering people.
It's Last Holiday.
Last Holiday, okay.
That's the movie I was thinking.
But like this dude's going around murdering people, and then he just progressively gets like sloppier and sloppier about the way that he's murdering people. Like he kills like somebody at a fucking hotel, and he's just dragging the body across past all the windows, not even trying to hide it. And then he fucks up and realizes he's going the wrong way and has to drag the body all the way back past the windows again.
It's like about a movie about a murder. He does like in the movie we see like 10 separate murders that he's done like over the course of like a certain time frame. I forgot. I know. Man, what the fuck is the name of that movie though?
Unrelated. I just think that it's as a genre of game. Like you remember
the house that Jack built. Fuck yeah, I found it.
You remember the Choose Your Own Fate like books in the Goosebumps? I feel like that's a genre that they could make into like role playing games, and it'd be a lot better. Like
that is pretty much just role playing games to this day.
But I mean, like adapt those into those games. Like I feel like those that'd be probably the best medium to consume that. As opposed to, I don't want to see a movie like that. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I don't like the movie aspect of it.
I think
like,
don't
do that.
Making it like a role playing game, going on along those lines, that'd be a lot of fun. I mean, I think I probably enjoy that a little bit more than like the dark anthologies, because those games are hard to play for me. Like the ones we play with Greg and all that.
Yeah.
I like playing them with you guys because all of us together was just like, this story drags. I'm not big on it.
Yeah, you're sitting there for a movie.
Yeah, basically. So I was like, I feel like the way that they could do it would probably be a little bit more compelling if they could. Like, there's definitely they could like tweak it and workshop it a little bit more. I think so, at least. So what about that movie?
Oh, that movie's great. I recommend it for anybody to watch because it's just absolutely trippy. Like at first, whenever me and Chauncey were watching it, we were like, "This movie's fucking terrible," because like the camera is so shaky that you can just tell that it's like. Or it had this vibe that it was like recorded off of like we thought it was like a fucking bootleg. And like or it was just like very low production. We're like, oh my god, this movie's gonna be terrible. And then by the end of that movie, I won't really say like the final end of it, because the final end of it is on some bullshit. Like it just completely negates anything that has ever happened and goes into some weird like demon torture-y type shit. There's a portal to hell and all this other shit, but everything else though, oh, go ahead. Nobody can hear you, Chauncey.
Oh, can't hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
So you can't hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
I thought that's what you said, to be honest. If anything, it's indicative of we could not hear him.
I was like, nah, because all I heard was Teddy say we cannot hear you. Then I started talking, and I was just like, can you hear me now? Yeah. How am I supposed to know that, Teddy, if I just heard you say you couldn't?
Because I just said that we could.
Mom, Dad?
Jesus Christ. But I was like, isn't that like the one where like at the end, like before he goes to that whole demon portal, doesn't he like build like a house out of the dead bodies or something?
Yeah, out of the corpses.
Yeah, that's why it's called the house that Jack built. Yeah.
Yeah, spoilers.
I kind of want to ask the question, what makes a movie good to you guys? Because that you guys is like what movies fall on that range?
Movies that where like I can't really see where the plot is gonna go. It has shock value, not necessarily in terms of like, you know, I just don't like things that are easily guessable. You know, doesn't stick to cliches, makes me think, huh.
So if it meets that criteria, that movie is
the longest stare in the world.
Because what I was doing was processing what you said and I tried to sift through it. Like, did he answer my question?
Felt like I did.
It's like, so, because like, okay, you like heartfelt movies?
We talking about like drama?
Oh no. Okay,
we like Still Magnolia type stuff.
What do you think about the movie Paulie?
Paulie's a wonderful movie.
Okay, see, like, what do you think about the movie Joe's Apartment?
Joe's Apartment is a solid 10 out of 10.
Paulie is a movie about a parakeet.
Yeah, it's about a parakeet that can talk, and like
Or
he
a
actually
parrot.
has.
I don't want to be a bigot.
I think it is a parakeet. I don't think he's big enough for a parrot. But he can actually talk and has like meaningful conversations. And pretty much what it is like he's with this little girl. She's deaf, and they get the parakeet for her,
Which is hilarious.
And then she like, or I can't remember how he got lost. I think he like bit her finger, and then they gave the parrot away, and then the parrot was like goes on like this countrywide fucking thing over like the next 15-20 years. And pretty much he's just trying to get back to this little girl.
Yeah, it's definitely a heartstring jerking movie. Like
it's got Tony Shalhoub in it.
Yeah, this was at the time. This was at the time when Tony Shalhoub actually meant something. When you said his name, ooh. I don't give a fuck about Tony Shalhoub in 2021.
Tony Shalhoub was hot, bro. Alright, he had the show Monk. He was in 13 Ghosts.
First of all, when you said hot, all I thought about was Maria. Like
Danny Trejo style.
Danny Trejo, Michael Cera, Seth Rogen, and then like she would tell us that we were attractive. It was like, calm down. Christopher Walken, shit like that. Okay, so Chauncey, for you, what makes a good movie? Because I just want to say, your guys' ranking system is arbitrary as fuck. 10 out of 10 doesn't mean a damn thing to me.
My ranking system is quite well.
But what would you consider a great movie?
I don't know. That's why I was like, because my scale is just weird anyways, just because I watch so many different types of shit, and then it's like I don't like to pick favorites. So, you know, I don't really have like a good way to gauge mine.
No, it's just what is a good movie to you, though. Like, how do you know you enjoyed it? What makes you give a movie a 10 out of 10 or a 9 out of 10? Like, what are the criteria for that? Because you're not giving every movie a 10 out of 10. You have a rating system.
The reason that I even thought about this.
Like a 9 or a 10 out of 10. What the Mitchells was a 10 out of 10 I gave, right?
Yeah.
But you also gave Joe's Apartment a 10 out of 10.
Joe's Apartment's great. Stop hating on Joe's Apartment.
I don't know. Whatever those qualifying factors for those movies. I don't know.
Yes, but they're like different movies, though. You know what I'm saying? Like that. Like, what is it that really like is? Okay, what is it that's captivating for you?
Basically, yeah. What do you look for in a movie, like for it to be a movie that gets a positive rating from you, as opposed to just saying like, oh, it's a 6 out of 7, it's a 6 or a 7. Like you seem to be picky as fuck, but certain movies that get 10s, like you would be like, knowing who you are as a person may come as a surprise to people. So it's like, what goes into you determining like where this movie, like, is it like weight, like impact of the movie, story, like how it's written, characters and all that other stuff, and like is it stuff like that, or is it just like every movie is
pretty much like, because like, what's a movie that y'all think is a 10 that I don't like that?
I have no idea.
What do you think about Looney Tunes Back in Action?
We watched that last year, right?
Yeah.
You think that's a 10?
What? Lucas thinks that's a 10? Wow.
That's what
That okay, fine. Who framed Roger Rabbit? What do you think about that? I give that a 10, and I can explain that explicitly.
Okay, explain that one.
Because of the cultural weight. It's like the things that they were able to put in that movie that will never be able to replicate it. Like having the Disney character, like having Mickey Mouse and like
Bugs Bunny.
Yeah, Bugs Bunny in the same movie. Like that's fucking wild to me. Like that's something that like you would probably never be able to replicate. Like because of like how people are now. So I'm just like, something like that held cultural significance and cultural weight. Like, how many people do you see now?
That is a weird way to judge that movie. Like, that's the high point of that movie for you.
No.
Fuck the cross of like live action and Toon World.
It's not just that. I'm saying like all of it. Like, I'm using that as a selling point. But like all of the movie as a whole, I'm just like, I think it was a really ambitious movie that was done pretty well, and I feel like it had a big cultural weight behind it. Like you go back and watch, like damn, they really had that in this. They really did this with that, and then it's like the live action. Like it looks about as good as it's gonna look for the time frame, and then it's like all like how many people do you know nowadays dress up as Jessica Rabbit, got a Jessica Rabbit tattoo, think that Jessica Rabbit's their fucking spirit animal and shit like that. Like that movie to me is like, damn, this movie had laughs, it had emotional weight. Like I love that movie, man. Y'all don't like that movie like that?
I think it's a great movie, solid 10 out of 10. I just think that your rating for that movie is weird as fuck.
You guys really just told me that y'all don't have, like, it's arbitrary to both of you?
I didn't say that. I gave you my reasons.
Your reasons sounded arbitrary.
No, that's just like
I
your
want
opinion,
a movie,
man.
I want a movie that is...
Actually, yeah, Chauncey, why do you think The Big Lebowski is a 10 out of 10?
Big Lebowski, great. Why do I think The Big Lebowski is a 10 out of 10? I don't know. The comedic value holds, like, to this day. I feel like the jokes still, like, are prevalent to this day in a sense. Most of them, anyways. Even still, I think old jokes are hilarious, anyways. But I just like old
jokes.
banter. I just like old jokes.
Some
So,
old
like,
jokes.
Any movie with good banter in it, I fucking love. What?
Some old jokes. Not all old jokes. They used to make jokes about slaves. You gotta be careful with that.
In The Big Lebowski?
No. I'm talking in general. Like it's like so like older movies and banter. Like some jokes are like, ooh, it didn't age well. Some jokes age like glasses of wine. Some jokes age like bananas. So
I have a problem with racial jokes. So that, like, you know, that's you. I don't have a problem with racial jokes. Racial jokes still like slave jokes. All that shit's hilarious to me. I don't give a fuck. So I'm not a slave, am I? All right then. So that's pretty much how I see it.
Tune in next week. I don't know. I'm not even saying like I wouldn't just talk about slave jokes like and stuff like that. Like there's jokes that today they wouldn't be able to make because of where we're at as a society that shouldn't have been made then. That's what I was talking about. Like, I just use slave as a reference. Like I'm not. First of all, I call people colored on a regular basis. I don't have a problem with that.
That's what I'm saying. So I don't care if the joke wasn't supposed to be made then. It's not supposed to be made now. If it's funny, it's fucking funny. So I just like banter in general. Like if you have good banter, that shit's hilarious to me, bro. Fucking like it already makes the movie good. Like the story for Big Lebowski was we're just using Big Lebowski as a reference, anyways. So the story for Big Lebowski was decent. Like, you know, it was typical bullshit because there was really nothing going on. It really was like a slice of life movie. Pretty much how I like to portray it, like a slice of life movie. And it was, I don't know, it was like a wholesome movie. Like I like good wholesome movies too, because I was like, bro, I felt like that was just me and fucking Teddy hanging out talking shit. That's how I feel about that movie, especially fucking niggas, Teddy's fucking spirit animals in that whole movie.
So what did you think about No Sudden Move?
No Sudden Move? I have to watch it again, only because the only thing that was really messing me up is just that lens, that fisheye lens.
The fisheye lens, yeah, that would definitely do it.
I always think it's crazy
That was the only thing.
that they
fisheye lens was kind of throwing me off.
like.
So certain movies I have to watch again just to try to get a good feel of, because sometimes when I watch it the first time I'm half asleep, I'm stupid lit, like I don't know what I'm watching most of the time anyway. So sometimes I have to watch movies twice unless it's like really good to where it keeps my attention. Like if you keep my attention, you're automatically like, well, you're a decent movie, and that factor can keep my attention.
So what keeps your attention?
I don't know. So
Okay, I think knowing Chauncey is more like he likes something that to be engaging. Like he likes to like not. I don't know.
Well, we know he likes banter. That's not even just that.
One thing
that we got off of that.
Just going for like a movie that doesn't have a traditional twist, in a sense. Like he doesn't like. I don't think that you care too much. Like I don't know about predictability. Like that doesn't really matter to you. But it's like,
yeah, I don't give a fuck if it's predictable or not. Like I haven't seen a lot of movies that were fucking predictable.
It's called tropes and cliches for a reason.
That shit was fucking like we found out we knew who the villain was right in the first 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I still enjoyed the movie all the way through.
For you, it's like you like.
Right.
I feel like for him, it's like he likes a fresh spin on a classic take type shit.
Yeah,
like, that's I think what he's kind of getting at. Like, and I can understand that completely. Like, but I don't know. It's just because like I think about that on a regular basis. Like whenever like someone else asks me about a movie, and like the only opinions I have to go off of is your guys' opinions. Because I haven't seen it myself, or like in a situation where I haven't. It's like, what do you think? I'm like, oh, I haven't watched it yet, but these guys loved it, and I don't know. Like, take that, do with that as you will, because I don't know what that means. You know what I'm saying? Because I know y'all niggas. It's just like y'all niggas are on something. It's like Joe's Apartment comes to mind immediately because
I don't know why. Joe's Apartment is a solid movie.
You ever watch Drop Dead Fred?
I want to say I have, but have I seen it recently enough for it to be in my memory? No.
I watched Drop Dead Fred in like the past 5 years, and I don't remember the exact time I watched it, but I remember watching it, and the person who was showing it to me loved the movie. Like, this movie's amazing. This movie's great. I watched the movie and I was like, fuck this movie. Like,
that's how I feel about The Room. The one with fucking God, what's that weird guy's name?
Tony Shalhoub?
No. Dave Franco's older brother made a movie about it, about the artist or some shit. James Franco, thank you.
He said, Dave. No, wait. Let's talk about demographic. This man said Dave Franco's older brother.
Yeah, the disaster artist. But the actual movie that's based off of. That movie's fucking weird.
Like,
I never watched that one.
Cloud Atlas is weird.
Cloud Atlas is just all over the place. You just have to have a lot of patience to deal with Cloud Atlas. Well as understand time travel.
Are you pouring yourself a drink?
Yes.
Yes. Is there a problem?
I just wanted. I didn't know if it was pouring a drink. I'm like, Chauncey.
Right? You could have went to the bathroom.
I can't get out of bed.
Oh, okay. Chauncey's in the hospital, guys.
Did we ever actually say that?
If y'all didn't announce that already last week on the episode with Asia.
We did.
I mean, okay, to be fair, people don't the people who don't know you in your day-to-day life and like know about this being a part of your life going to the hospital, they always handle it different. Like whenever they find out about it, they're always like, "Oh my God, is he okay? Is he all right?" And it's just like, because we are so used to it. It's like me and you specifically, Chauncey, was like when people ask, like, "Oh my God, what hurts?" And Chauncey to be like, "Well, my blood." So it's like people ask me like, "You could care a little bit more about his condition." It's like, what is me caring about it? Like, obviously I care, but he's in the like. You asked me, how is he doing? He's in the hospital. This isn't his first rodeo at the hospital. He's been there before. Like, there's other things. Like, they don't know. People hear hospital and automatically think worst case scenario. So, I can see why you being in there for a longer period of time to somebody who doesn't know what you deal with is they worry. They tend to either be like, take it like, "Oh my God, is he okay? It must be a severe issue." And it's like, I mean, yeah, but
blood, so
yeah,
get more severe than that.
You know, right. Basically, it's like yes, like we're not taking away from how serious it is, but he's also been. This isn't the worst hospital visit he's had, type shit. That's kind of how I look at it when it comes to stuff like that. Because like my immediate reaction is like, oh, he's in the hospital. Like people are like, trying to the hospital. Yeah. He's in the hospital. Hopefully he'll be out soon. That's my general thing.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my God, does he used to go for a while? Like, yeah, it just depends. Like there's so many factors that go into it. Like I don't care. It's not that I care any less. I care the same every time. But it's like, I'm either gonna see him soon or I'm not gonna see him for a while. Like, so
anytime somebody asks me, I just say it's gang on gang violence.
That's what you tell people?
Yes.
Ooh, I never thought about lying about why he's in the hospital.
I'm not lying.
It's not why he's in the hospital.
Yeah, it is though.
He's not in the hospital.
His blood made him a Crip.
His blood made him a... You know, one of these days, you're going to end up in a very volatile situation, and me and Chauncey are going to be tasked with having this...
Thank you, everybody. Thank you. I'll be here all week. So much. Appreciate everybody.
Me and Chauncey are going to be tasked...
Nope.
I'm
leaving.
Are you out for real?
I should be, because I hate when he fucking uses them shit. I need to be out.
We're gonna be like you need me and him to save you, and Chauncey's gonna be. Chauncey's gonna be.
Like, break up the soundboard and disable those buttons. Fuck.
Chauncey's gonna be the one to choose whether or not you live or die. And as the moment he's about to choose whether or not you live or die, he's gonna think back to one of the little jokes you made about it, and it's gonna be it. He's like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm good.
Perfectly fine. Roles reversed. There might be a time where like Chauncey's about to die and I might have to save him, and I'm gonna think about on those times where he's looked over at me and he's just laughed at me because he likes to see my belly jiggle because he doesn't like fat people, or because he secretly likes fat people, and then I'm gonna let him die.
If he didn't like fat people, like okay, I think that
I'm on New Game Plus. Y'all can let me die, bro.
I
Like,
think
y'all act like I really care. Like, whoa, oh God, Chauncey's gonna be so upset that I'm in a situation that I have to die.
I don't think anybody's gonna really be able to care once they're dead.
Exactly. So that's what
we don't know what happens.
We don't know what happens, but here's my thing though: is if what happens afterwards is eternal paradise, why the fuck am I even here?
First of all, ideally, like if we're talking about like what's gonna happen when you die type shit, I think that what I would want would basically be just like I'm with all my homies kicking it.
I want all my homies to die at the same time.
No, I don't want that. Hell no, I don't want that. It's already too late for that.
We ride together, we die together.
I just feel like how is heaven gonna actually, if it's heaven or hell, like the way that they portray heaven is so stuffy. I don't want to deal with that. And hell is also like super. Like think about it. The people who are like severely Christian and shit like that, who are like you can't do this, like they're so angry about all that shit. It's like y'all don't have fun anyway. So you could say we're in hell doing all this other shit, and it's actually a fucking blasty blast. You know what I'm saying? Like, what if hell's lit as fuck? I'm down. Let's go.
You don't get free will in hell, though.
I don't have free will now.
You're supposed to be tortured for all of eternity. You're not supposed to be like going around throwing fucking ravers.
Maybe tortured to them is having to listen to rap music. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's all about perspective. A hell to somebody else is probably paradise.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like,
one man's trash is another man's treasure.
Okay, Sarah.
I mean, it's something to think about. It's something to think about. Because, I mean, like, when it comes down to situations where, like, if it was either save or kill type shit, like, when it's like, with you, it's like, Teddy, I would let you die only because I think it's funny. Like, anything for the sake of a joke. But it's like, nah, I think I would save you. But if with Chauncey, it's like because I feel like you'd be grateful for it. If you save Chauncey, you have to save him a certain way, or you're gonna bitch about it the whole time.
The whole time, bro. Like if I try to save Chauncey and I broke his arm in the process, I'm never hearing the fucking end of it, bro.
You should have just let me fall.
Like, damn, you can't even save me, right?
It's like I didn't have to save you at all. Like
the bad thing is, like you can come back to him and be like, you know what? I should have let you die, and he's like, yeah, you should have.
Exactly.
Like that's
exactly how I feel. You should have.
Nah, man. I think that Chauncey wants to live because he loves hanging out with us.
To save people, right? Getting me injured in the process of saving me.
Now he's got to go back into the hospital.
Right. Now I got to get this repaired. These whole ass niggas.
A whole ass nigga would let you die.
I respect that whole ass nigga if you let me die.
Respectfully though, if I did have that option of killing or like saving Chauncey or letting him die, I'd probably let him die because then I can put him on a t-shirt and some clouds.
Man,
as long as it's not me, you do that too.
I wouldn't even come back to haunt him because I know that's what he wanted. I'd just go to the afterlife. I'd be like, yo, Buddha, man, what's up, bro? Show me Nirvana, cause man, if I have to go, because if I go back to try to haunt this nigga, that's what he gonna want. I gotta get the fuck up out of here, bro.
You're supposed to be freed in death. You're stuck with him for all eternity.
It's kind of upset that y'all won't stay around as ghosts with me.
Fuck no, Teddy. I would not want to stay around with you as a ghost.
Come on, bro. Us as ghosts would be great, though.
I don't want to be a ghost. I think that's the wackest way to go. Like, that's the wackest way to be. Like, out of all the, like, supernatural things, a ghost?
Ghosts is lit, bro.
Ghosts are not.
Ghosts are lit.
No, they are not.
You can't kill me.
I don't need to kill you if I have a thermos.
I'm not going inside of a thermos.
It's not a matter of consent.
It is a matter of consent.
It's not.
How are you putting me in this thermos? You're not Danny Phantom, sir.
Hey, if ghosts exist, they probably have devices.
Nah.
And it's gonna be able, like, you can't stop it. You don't have a corporal form.
Posted about us.
Huh?
No, I haven't seen what he posted about us.
I swear, man, if that nigga said some slick shit.
Who?
Glenn said he posted about us on Twitter. Well, he mentioned us, but I ain't getting no notification. He probably did it wrong.
Probably did it wrong. Because they don't know that we Sundays with the boys on Twitter. Remember, it's WITHE.
You're telling him how to do it right. Shut up.
Well, we want him to do it right.
I'm pretty sure it's in our description, our Twitter somewhere anyway, so.
It might be, it might not be. I don't know.
If not, it's in one of those other videos, so it's available.
What did you say on Twitter?
It's because there's that other group that's Sundays with the boys. They haven't made anything since 2017.
They're just holding up an IP. That's all that is.
So you have to like talk to Twitter and get that page removed.
If I'm talking to Twitter about anything, I'm getting my page back.
Whoa, I don't know what purpose it's gonna serve.
I have a lot more followers on my actual Twitter.
Go on there and copy.
I can't. I'm not allowed to do it. It doesn't do it like that. It doesn't show me who I followed and who followed me.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Trust and believe I tried everything I could in the beginning. This was my last resort.
He cut his life into pieces.
No, it cut my life into pieces when I lost my Twitter. I had to go back to Facebook and talk to people that I hate. I wasn't fond of that. You know how boring it was on Instagram, Snapchat? Everything is at Twitter. Twitter's that much fun to me. I miss Tumblr. Shit, fuck the bullshit. Before it was all PG'd.
Yeah, before they got rid of the porn.
Not even that. It's just like everything.
Before they got rid of the furry porn.
You're not gonna create this narrative.
That you like furry porn?
Yeah, it's not furry porn. If anything, it's the opposite of that.
You look up 70s bushes on
I like scaly
Pornhub,
porn.
don't you?
Scaly porn.
Oh yeah.
Because
snakes.
Lizard people.
Oh.
Certain demographic.
Do lizard people grow pubic hair?
I wouldn't know. Everyone I have is porn isn't aesthetic. It's art imitating life. Everyone in my porn is clean shaven. You ever seen a snake with hair?
No.
answer your own question.
Snakes grow feathers.
So they have a feathery bush. Is that what you're trying to tell me?
They got
You know, see, look. This is how he does
trickle
it.
of feathers.
First of all, I'm gonna watch my German porn and leave it at that.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry.
German porn?
Can't do German porn.
Are they too invasive?
I don't like porn. I like the way they treat the Poles. Yeah, it's way too invasive. I don't know. I don't like listening to people in porn.
Yeah, that's why I watch solo porn only.
You watch solo porn?
Yeah.
Nah, man. You watch a porn like silent movies.
Like, right, holding up a cue card. Right there.
Wile E. Coyote with the sun. I think that was the funniest shit because like having those conversations with like having you and Marcus as homeboys and Reese as homeboys growing up, it's like my homeboys were honest. My homegirls are full of shit. You know what I mean? Like all my homeboys, y'all watch porn? Yeah. My homegirls, I would never. It's like, you lying bitch. I've seen your browser history. At least you can accept. At least we are honest with ourselves when we accept it.
Right.
Ain't got no business lying about it. Like that's the craziest shit to me. Like kids, bro. It's like I don't watch porn. It's like then you're not using your phone correctly.
You have the power of the entire world in your hands, and you're not looking at Google titties. You don't have. You know what's crazy? There's no safe search filter anymore. Like you used to be able to turn off safe search filters.
You still can do that.
I don't know. I try to because I was talking with somebody the other day about the Witcher series. They're finally starting to watch that, and they're like, they started off and like, I don't see what the hype is about that show. And I'm like, well, you're only on episode 1. You also have no idea about the games, and like it's gonna be fucking confusing.
My safe search filter is set to show explicit results.
I bet it is, you pervert. And anyway, and then I tried to explain to her. I was like, I think a lot of people liked it because of Yennefer. And they're like, this humpback bitch? I'm like, yes, because of that humpback bitch. And they're like, does she get hot? And I'm like, subjective, you know. I don't know if that's your thing. Yeah, sure, why not? And then they text me back like 30 minutes later and like, holy shit, she has some nice titties. Like, I don't know, I can't remember. So I tried to Google her titties and I couldn't fucking find them.
I think
I got the game version of her titties because I guess in The Witcher 3 they actually have sex and show her titties, and I was like, oh yeah, I guess yeah, if you like pixelated boobs.
Kratos watching all his tits in his games. That shit was perverse.
Grand Theft Auto 3.
3? I was thinking San Andreas, that hot coffee shit that I never did.
Grand Theft Auto 3 is the first time I ever seen game titties. Actually, like nude with the nipple. It was the chick's name was Misty in there.
It sounds actually. I remember the Grand Theft Auto 3 actually having like a little bit. I won't say more accurate, but like they actually had like dismemberment and shit. Like if you shot somebody in the leg flew off and shit. As opposed to like San Andreas, if you shoot them in the leg, they just fall down.
I don't know.
No, I remember that because like I'm playing San Andreas again, and I remember that about like the third one. So I remember that being just one of the ways that it was, and like San Andreas itself is like I can get a chainsaw dildo. So
yeah,
this game is intense.
I wish we could have another Grand Theft Auto with that type of customizability as San Andreas. Like your character could do anything in that fucking game. You could have made them bulky. You could have made them fat. You could have.
You have to feed them on a regular basis.
You have to feed them on a regular basis. Their clothes, like everything like that, was insane. Mm-hmm. Especially compared to like Grand Theft Auto 5. I felt like that was just like left out.
Yeah.
You guys really went backwards with that one. Like, you gave us 3 different characters, but you gave us like no money. You gave us fucking
the cheat codes, man.
There were no cheat codes.
I was saying, like, cheat codes, like...
That makes the game.
San Andreas itself is such, like... No matter how people feel it, the game is always going to be a 10 out of 10 in my eyes. It's like, one, because, like, I'm playing this with her, with the Asia, like, she'll be sitting next to me, she's like, I'm like, yo, the soundtrack is fucking fire. And, like, I'm listening to the stations I used to not listen to. Mm-hmm. So, like, I'm over here hearing Hold the Line and shit like that. Like, Lady, Hear Me Tonight. Like, I'm hearing all this type of music. I'm like, yo, this is dead ass. I like the amount of effort that goes into this. I mean, granted, Grand Theft Auto 5 has been being played for 8 years. Like, like they've supported the game for 8 fucking years, and that's another big thing right now. Apparently, is that they're working on the 6th one, and like
they've been working on the 6th one.
They're having more information about it. They're saying that now is about the time that they're about to release it. All the same hackers that didn't have any information for years are saying that that's what's coming up now. So I think that that's a really interesting way to go about it. Like it's like, what do you do now? Like,
oh, simple. They go back to Vice City. Okay, the main character is a cop, a dirty cop, and then that's it. After that, you just get random shit, drug deals and shit like that. Pablo Escobar's Island.
I really liked San Andreas a lot. Like, I didn't really care too much for the 5th game at all. I don't think I've never actually played it all the way through. The first time I got it, I bought it for Edis Mary, and she played it like once. And then I was like, I don't really give a fuck about this game. It was on the PlayStation 3. That's when I bought it. I bought it on the PlayStation 3.
Yeah. I never played Grand Theft Auto 4.
I didn't like it. Like, Nico is his name, the Russian dude. I wasn't really fond of it. It was just like, because to me, you went from CJ to this, and it was like, nah.
I don't care for Rockstar game.
You don't like San Andreas?
San Andreas was a long time ago. I played it. I can't even say that I beat San Andreas, dude. Like, it's the most iconic one, yes, but I still don't play Rockstar games, dude.
Wow, that's crazy. Red Dead Redemption is good.
I never played.
Finish it.
No, I didn't. I didn't even get to the third part of the story.
It's just because you couldn't name your.
Do you just not like sandbox games?
Yeah, sandbox games are just... Well, I can't say that because I like Days Gone. That's a sandbox game.
That's not really a sandbox game. Like, I mean, in a way, yes, but like what I'm thinking is like complete unadulterated bullshit. Like Just Cause, Saints Row, shit like that.
Did you like Midnight Club?
Did I like Midnight Club?
Yeah.
No, did not.
Yeah, I mean, because I agree with you. Like, I like the only games that I really like from Rockstar are San Andreas and Vice City. I don't like any other game I've ever played from them. Like, I beat the game Bully. I was like, this game is trash. Why did I play this game?
Bully is a terrible game, yeah.
None of those games. Fucking Just Cause, just like he said, didn't care for that shit. Sims trashed me, dude. I hated the Sims.
Max Payne?
Max Payne was trash, dude. Hitman, don't care for that shit either, dude.
I don't think Hitman is Rockstar.
Xbox is a sandbox game. That's what I'm referencing now.
Hitman is not a sandbox game.
Is it? I never played it. I have no idea.
Hitman is a mission based game. You like stealth game.
That could be easily beat.
Up the listing right now, and Hitman is in this listing for sandbox.
That should not be considered a sandbox game at all.
Hey.
Well, I can't tell you what Google does. You know, Google does its own thing. And based off of this, it's a sandbox game.
I didn't even know that was a title, like a sandbox game.
What?
I never knew what sandbox game was. Like, this is the first time I've ever heard that phrase.
What?
What?
Yeah, it's where it's a video game where a player is not constricted by achieving specific goals or has a large degree of freedom to explore, interact, or modify.
No, it makes sense now. I just never heard it before. Man, that's great.
Usually, it's like more towards like games that are like Grand Theft Auto style of play, where it's just like complete randomness. You can go and do whatever the fuck you want. You can blow up buildings. You can. Like Just Cause, you can put rocket launchers on a cow and
like
launch
Assassin's
out.
Creed and Far Cry.
No,
they are considered sandbox.
I mean,
games.
I know they're considered sandbox. It's more open world is what I would consider those games, not really sandbox.
Like Saints Row and shit.
Yeah, Saints Row would be a sandbox type of game.
I don't care for that shit either.
Huh. That's crazy. This is news to me.
I don't see how. Like, I bring this up all the time. It feels like even when fucking Teddy was playing Red Dead, I was like, I hate Rockstar games, but I don't like sandbox titles.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't remember Teddy's playthrough through Red Dead.
It was very brief. It was brief.
The only thing I remember is that
it was like 3 months.
I just remember you couldn't name your horse a racist thing.
Yeah,
that's the only thing that I remember from it.
And I wanna specify that it wasn't necessarily like a race thing. I wasn't trying to like name it the N word. It was the G word.
The G word being gypsy.
Man.
Yeah, like
not cool.
I'm not listening to you, Teddy. But yeah, no, that's actually very interesting, then. So your style of games, I feel like you're more of a like. What type of games are really geared towards you, then, Chauncey? The games that you want to play more than anything else.
Horde shooter, third-person shooter, horde games.
Did you say horse shit? What?
He said horde.
Yeah, like zombies.
Oh, I barely play zombie games.
I'm not talking about
out of Days.
Like so Days Gone.
I mean,
I said outside of that, what are you referring to then of zombies?
Other zombies.
I know that he's enjoyed Ghost of Tsushima.
You had nothing else to say. All right.
Concrete Genie.
Concrete Genie. Yeah, I play indie games. I play pretty much everything outside of sandbox titles, almost, and
first-person shooters. Yeah, I want to play the Sonic racing game with y'all. This game is hilarious to me. Like, these niggas are just talking shit to each other the whole time. It's the best. I don't understand. Like, it's very much Mario Kart without all the bullshit. Like, without as much bullshit, honestly. Like, you know how Mario Kart is with all the like the extra shit. Like, it's really like it's kind of just geared toward the racing. They have team specials. There are boxes that you can get of stuff like that. But I don't know. It's like I feel like Mario Kart comes with a certain amount of sweat. Like, not playing Mario Kart is literally akin to not playing spades as a black person. You know what I mean? Like, people don't really like. The people have an opinion on it. Like, if you don't play Mario Kart, oh, what's wrong with you? Type shit. And it's like, I don't like that. Like, I don't like what comes with it.
The gatekeeping.
You said what?
Maybe I didn't grow up in that lifestyle.
Right, like 100%. Like I get a lot of shit from that from a lot of people. It's like you didn't grow up playing like Super Mario. Like no, I didn't. We were able to afford a system, and that was a PlayStation 2. Like I was playing God of War. I was playing San Andreas, Mortal Kombat. I wasn't playing Mario Party. I wasn't playing Super Smash Bros. I didn't have a 64. Like, because you know how Vic is. Vic get on my ass about that shit. Oh, you didn't play this game. Like, he found out I didn't play Skyward Sword. It's like, bro, I didn't play any Legend of Zelda game. I thought that shit was ass. Like, I literally grew up with the mentality of, this is the only game. Sorry. This is the only game I'm going to have for the next 3 months. So I better be able to enjoy it and get as much as I can out of it. And looking at these other games, these games did not have that wow factor to me to make me want to play them. So the games that I played growing up were really just like a product of my environment and shit.
I was allowed to play anything that I wanted when I grew up, though, just because I was fucking spoiled and a crybaby like a bitch when I was a kid.
I really feel like if we knew Chauncey back then, we wouldn't be friends with him. Probably not.
He's gotten more tolerable.
You got 3 times to bite me before that's it. Nah, but like, see, like that's the complete other side. You've got the freedom to choose the games that you like and shit like that. So I mean, like, I think that both, like, there's both games that we both love, we both like. Like, he was telling us about when he mentioned the whole time crisis and shit. I knew about the game, never played it. Vic's on that. I only play good games. I never heard it. It's like, it's never, obviously because I never heard it, it's not a good game. It's just
You're
like,
talking about like the arcade time crisis.
Yeah, like
shit,
when
right?
he put that in our group chat.
Fucking
like,
idiot.
Like the time crisis. I'm like, Vic, have you never been to Cece's Pizza? Like,
right, like
this shit is everywhere, bro. I just was like, it's even at Dave and Buster's. I just didn't like it. I was like, I don't really have the coins to play that game. I played the Jurassic Park game more. That was what I was on. And then what was the other one, like the House of the Living Dead?
I was like, wow, y'all never played Time Crisis or House of the Dead? Wow.
Yeah, I wasn't like, but that's another game I wasn't.
We too old, Chauncey. That's what it is.
Too old?
Yeah, we too old.
Who's we?
Me and Chauncey. Me and Chauncey are from the generation that went and played in arcades, and after I was born, it all stopped apparently.
So you were playing in the arcades fresh out in mom's belly?
Yeah.
Because that doesn't make sense. How'd you hold the controller?
Insert.
Nah, a lot of there's just games like I also wasn't able to go to the arcade growing up as a kid.
I didn't really go to the arcade. It was mostly at like the laundromat. Every
laundromat I went to had Tekken.
Every single one.
What fucked me up is like it wasn't like Tekken. It wasn't the same Tekken at every laundromat. Like I went to a laundromat that had Tekken Tag, Tekken 2, and Tekken 3, and it was like what are y'all doing?
And fucking Street Fighter was always there too.
I always actually didn't like Street Fighter until Street Fighter 4.
I didn't know how to play Street Fighter.
I
still don't know how to play Street Fighter.
It's fun to look at.
I can't do half circles. Quarter circles. Can't do that. Don't make sense to me.
What about it is difficult?
It's just, I don't know, man. I just don't be hitting it. I just don't be registering. I be hitting it at like a 75-degree angle, and they're like, nope, that's not a half.
That's funny as fuck. Yeah. Shut the fuck up. I bought my flight for this weekend.
Yeah.
And they asked me, like, you need a car? No. They keep emailing me. You want a hotel? No. I didn't select these things when you offered to me the first time because they are not needed. Stop emailing me about it. So they just sent me 2 emails back to back about, you need a hotel and a car? We got you. It's like, fuck you. Like, I'm getting picked up. I got a place I'm going to.
Sir, it's just spam mail. Like, you cannot reply back to it or not even look at it.
Nah.
What are you doing?
I can't unsubscribe until I get my my email that tells me to check in. Then I'm gonna unsubscribe. That's how you have to do it. You can't just unsubscribe willy-nilly. You lose things doing that.
I'm not saying unsubscribe. I'm saying just don't fucking reply. You're letting it occupy a space in your mind for no reason.
I'm just honestly looking at it. That's not what I'm really. I'm not. Never mind. I'll tell you later.
So you're just gonna you going down there to help her set up or whatever? Did she find a place?
Yeah. She already got there. Aisha already signed the lease, so she got her place.
Just gonna help.
Well, it's not just that. I'm also helping my aunt out.
They're about to go fight these people in the group home.
Oh, don't. Ooh, boy. I told her that the other day. I told her that, like, that same night, matter of fact. Like, look, if I go, like, I can't promise you I'm not going to cuss somebody out in this house. But yeah, no, so I'm coming back on the 11th. And then I'm staying until the end of September. And then after that, I'm going back up. But yeah, she found the place. We're doing all the moving stuff. We both leave on the same day. I'm flying. She's driving up there. She's going with her mom. So it's going to be fun. True. I'm happy that I'm not having to fly United. That was terrible. Like, I know why we did, but fuck that. Southwest a bust. I can't wait. I'm so excited.
What was wrong with United? Oh, the whole layover thing.
Not even like we were just like, there was no layover. It was just a delayed flight. I didn't like that. I don't like being in the airport at all because of the way they talk to people. The airport has no customer service at all. It's like if you're like this dude was trying to berate me because he's like, take your console out of your bag. So in order to take my console, like take my PlayStation out of my bag, I had to take my controller out of the bag. And I go to do that, and he started yelling, "Why are you taking your controller out? I just said the console." It's like, I'm moving it so I can take... You know? It's like, why are you yelling at me type shit? Don't talk to me like I'm a fucking child. But that's how they talk to everybody at the airport. Move along. Get out of the way. Stop doing that. Do this instead. It's just like, yo... chill, my G. Like, there's no need for all of that. That's my least favorite part of flying, is being in the airport and being in the air. I don't like that part either.
So it sounds like you do really great at ports.
Yeah, to put me on a boat, I'm gone. Set me up with a pit stop. It's a wrap.
Common denominator is the air there.
Nah, it's not even, bro. It's literally just like United, and plus, like, they just don't. The people, I don't know. I guess it's the interaction with people I'm not really fond of. People who fly United are a different breed of people. Like, I kept telling Asa, because she's like, I want to get a cheap ticket. I'm like, cool. Just let me know ahead of time so I can start reviewing my pilot handbook so I'm ready for my turn to fly. Because that's all I can think about. And I don't know when they changed the color of Spirit planes. Do you know Spirit planes are fucking yellow? Yeah. That shit is ugly as fuck.
I drive by the airport every day.
Oh, yeah. I bet. I don't even know where Sunrun's at.
Yeah, it's over there by the airport.
Now I know. Chauncey, you've flown before, right?
I've pretty much did that my whole life, bro.
Got any bad issues with any airplanes that you don't like?
Do I have any? Why the fuck you say it like you was laughing? What the fuck is so funny?
There was nothing funny. It's just that you fucking asked the question. That's it, man.
That's what it sounds like, man.
All right, then don't fucking answer, you ugly shit.
Jesus fuck, bro. Nah, I ain't got no issues. I had one. Face ass.
What's the issue?
I had one issue at an airplane. When I was getting on a flight, I think it was a metal piece or something on like a pair of pants that I had, and I go through the thing or whatever, and like it goes off, and they had me go back through it, and I'm like, okay, bitch. So I go back through it, and I point at, I was like, I think it's just this going, like making it go off. So like, I go back through it, it goes off again. I'm like, bro, use the wand. I'm pretty sure it's like right here. This is where it's at, right? Mm-hmm. Like, and it went off again. And then like he tried to tell the dude over the intercom, because I guess they had like a fucking stand, or some people were like watching from a distance. Like I could see these whole ass niggas. So he was like, check it again. He was like, but sir, he was like, it's just this, check it again. I was like, bro, you want to come down here? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm telling you exactly what's wrong.
Bro, I was like, I'll show you, bitch. Come down here and say it to my face, bitch. Like, come down here. Like, I'm looking dead at him while he's saying it. Come down here. Like, he just like, oh, okay, let him through. I'm like, yeah, bro. You know, I got time for that shit. I'll box up to them niggas real quick. I have no problem snapping on airport officials, bro. Cause it's like, just like how you said, bro. They fucking mad for no reason. Like, bro, relax. You got an issue, come down here and say it to my
Like,
face.
I understand that there's been a lot of problems on planes, but I'm not gonna cause this problem. Like, I'm not doing it. Cause like,
Made it to the plane. I still had an hour before my flight, so what's up, bitch?
I told you about the dude that called me Luke, and that shit pissed me the fuck off. Cause it's just like, it's not even like, for me, a part of it is I don't like people who feel that they can just give you whatever name they want. Same thing with kids. It's like if they see a kid, like, I'm gonna call you this. No, you're gonna call me my name. And I think a big part of the reason is like the friends that I've had throughout the years that did shit like that. Like Adri, like the girl I know, Adri, all she did was fucking give people nicknames, and it's just like, don't do that. It's like when I was at the airport and the dude's like, Luke, can you put on your mask? I almost snapped on him. Cause I'm like, what gives you the right to call me that, bro? Call me by my fucking name. Like that, to me, that's disrespectful. I know Teddy don't give a fuck because Teddy's short for Theodore.
Teddy's not even my name.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna put your government on here, but I got you. No, I'm not Chauncey.
Right.
I re-listened to the episode. I'm like, where did that come from? Why did he do that when he called you by your government?
Yeah.
But you said you have it at your new job where they don't do that, right?
Yeah. It's funny because like literally like if you send me a message, if you like look up my information in the system, anything like that, it's by Teddy. But then I tell people like whenever they message me or some shit like that, like, yo, can you do this or blah blah blah, I'm like, yo, can you email me? And they're like, I can't find your email. I'm like, yeah, no, that's great.
So it works out for you.
All right. Well, no, then I have to tell them like it's just I still don't understand how you don't know the fucking email, because like whenever you message me, it's like through Gmail chat, so it still pops up with my email up at the top right underneath my name.
I think that, like, you ever think about that? You get arrested for a severe crime, that's gonna be under your aliases.
Yeah.
Also goes by.
Can't wait the day that I rob a bank. It's gonna be great.
I don't think you got it in you, man.
I do have it in me. I just don't have the people with me.
Who you need?
You don't have to.
I need hitters, and I don't have hitters. I got y'all whack ass motherfuckers. Y'all ain't down to rob a bank. I don't know what Chauncey's saying. What are you saying, Chauncey?
So you don't have the legs underneath you either, so.
You can't do it by yourself.
Yeah, I mean I can't. I mean I could. I could take that into consideration. Really try to come up with some type of plan or anything like that. Like, am I running out of there? No. But also,
get one of those like Wild Wild West.
Loveless.
I know this motherfucker's not talking, bro. This motherfucker who's been completely couch ridden for like 8 months, bro, can barely fucking get into a car.
I think that we should end the podcast before we start getting hurt. Start talking about people's legs. I'm gonna get offended.
About to kick up in excitement.
Anyways, we are at that time where we got to go ahead and end this episode of the podcast. This has been another episode of Sundays with the Boys. If you're in the Tampa Bay area, or if anybody would ever like to join our show and like to call in on our podbean, you send us a message at sundaysneverfeltbetter@gmail.com. This is Teddy signing off.
This is Lucas. That crack ain't gonna cook itself.
Is that like your middle name?
Sorry, Johnny.
Nobody cares.
Oh my god, nobody cares about you.
I love you guys both. Okay.
All right, guys, we're signing off.
All right, take it easy.